Good morning, everybody, and happy Friday. I'm Kathy Hester, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm starting something new today because I have a pile of goodies in my corner that are getting really big, of things that I'm leaving there to remind me to tell you about. So this is not sponsored. I try to be real clear when it is or it isn't. I'm not being paid money to talk about any of these products, okay? And most of them I've spent my very own money on. So some of them have been sent to me by people, but they have not paid me to do this live either. So if you're here, tell me hello, what you have planned for Halloween, which is tomorrow. Thank you very much. Also, if you don't already know, if you didn't see in the bazillion places that I put it, I'm teaching a Harry Potter Halloween party cooking class tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which someone told me is actually Eastern Daylight Time until after tomorrow. Did you know that? Because I didn't know that. So I always write EST. Do you ever write EDT? Because I would love to know. And that would make me excited. So one of the things that prompted me to do this, I'm wearing right now. So I saw the Boston Veg Fest last weekend was online. It was virtual, which was cool. And so I looked through the vendors and goods and evil. And I will show you the card. I've tried to tag everybody in the Facebook part, but it really is, oh, you can't see that very good. Let's try. Let's see if it'll get a little better. I love that their handwriting is just as bad as mine, but it's goodsandevil.com. And they had lots of goodies, but this shirt, obviously, you guys know I started squealing about immediately a jack-o'-lantern and vegan. And I ordered this on Sunday, and it appeared last night in my box. I did get another shirt from Goods and Evil, and they do have their little logo on the back, which I think is awesome. I got this one too. Dawn of the Veg. Isn't that awesome? That is a year-round t-shirt. For me, this is a year-round t-shirt. And the cutest little things they included. So they included this little thing where I can draw shapes because I can't draw people. So I can use this to trace things when I'm signing cookbooks, which makes me happier than anything in the whole world, practically. I mean, I would have just sent them my money to get this. So they gave me the best bonus ever. Good morning, Jackie and Scott. I know, is this shirt not the best? But there were so many awesome shirts, so you guys should go and look. These are the two that I paid my monies for. And if you go and look on Boston, I think it's bostonvegfest.com, but I'm not positive. You can go through their virtual vendors, their discounts. So I got a 15% discount, which pretty much paid for shipping. But anyhow, I'll give you a little close-up too of my little, is that, you can see it here really well. Is that awesome or not, people? And then look at this cute pencil. I am the most easily amused vegan possibly anywhere. And if it's got to do with Halloween or people are nice, I'm pretty much in. We're going to look at this pumpkin spice powdered peanut butter in a minute. I'm going to do a quick little smoothie recipe for you with this. They emailed me and asked me if I wanted to try it, and I was like, do you not know what a pumpkin fan I am? And since I had to smell it just then, I'll show it to you too. Actually, that's a little bit dark. Let me see if I can trying to see if I can get this a little bit. Oh, come on, camera. Do my bid. There we go. Are you going to do my bidding now? No. No. There we go. Yes. Sort of my bidding. I don't have an in-between. That's a little too bright for my taste. So we'll talk about what's in here and if it fits in your diet or not as we go along. And again, I did that and all that went away. Okay, so we're going to talk about this in a minute. I did want to put in a mention and this is how many I have left. One. Of the Justin Mini Dark Chocolate Peanut Butter Cups. These were on sale at Whole Foods if you have a Prime membership. So I checked those out. These are vegan. They're not whole food plant-based, meaning that they have some oil, sugar, and salt. So it has, and I believe this has sugar and salt, but this does not have any oil. So some whole food plant-based people can eat this. This would not fit in with Chef AJ's diet though. So this does have some oil, but if you're going to give out something to trick-or-treaters that's not an apple, it's nice to give them something vegan. It's also gluten-free, which is kind of cool, and they are delicious, people. And they're expensive. There's not a lot in a bag. I didn't just sit here and eat and eat and eat. I think I ate these over 3 days of having 2 at a time. So there's probably less than 10 in here. I think it was around $4. So it is, oh, and Jackie loves the Justin Dark Chocolate Peanut Butter Cups. I know, they're so good. And they're never on sale. They're never on sale. So check that out at Whole Foods. I wanted to kind of throw that in. And we're going to be making a smoothie, and I was trying to see what was going on. So actually, because I was at Whole Foods in person, which I haven't been in a while, Siggy's has a plant-based yogurt now. And again, it's not going to fit in everybody's diet. It's got coconut cream in it. It's got sugar, some coconut oil, macadamia nuts. So it is vegan, but it doesn't have any, it's salt-free. So it does look like it has no salt, but it does have oil and sugar in it. But it's a really thick, amazing vegan yogurt. It is one of my favorite vegan yogurts to buy. So I thought I'd share that with you, and I was thinking the vanilla cinnamon would go quite well with the peanut butter pumpkin spice. So that's what we're going to use in there. Okay. So the other things I wanted to tell you about, and I'm going to these are just going to be really me telling you about some products, and if I have some recipes for them, you could go and look. Those of you who take my classes know I always end up shredding the jackfruit by hand. And if that just seems like a little more than you want to handle, Uptons is a really wonderful vegan company that's located in Chicago. And I don't know if you know, Natalie Slater is their marketing person, and I love me some Natalie. She does Bake and Destroy. So if you're looking for some really decadent, yummy cupcakes for Halloween that are not whole food plant-based, Bake and Destroy is a great place to go. And I actually have a recipe for her candy bar cupcakes on Healthy Slow Cooking. And that's from her book, ironically enough not, called Bake and Destroy. So you can remember that really easy. But Upton's has already shredded some jackfruit for me. And also this is shelf stable, and so that's kind of nice too. And so they're saying, and you've heard me say, make no tuna salad, beefless tacos, pulled pork, crabless cakes, and I have some recipes for that. Now what you will find, there's a little bit of salt in there, but there is no oil, so that's awesome for everyone. So again, I will, the exact ingredients are jackfruit, water, black pepper, onion, garlic, sea salt. And the jackfruit, black pepper, onion, and garlic are organic even. So if you can eat gluten, which I can't anymore, they also make some great like chorizo. They make all kinds of really yummy seitan products as well. And they have now in the shelf stable, they have some like little meals, like little massaman curries and different things. So check out their site for sure. Now this other thing is banana blossoms, and I haven't tried these yet. So these are going to show up in a different live, and kind of the same thing. This has banana blossom, water, lime juice, and sea salt. So there is a little salt. But if you're salt-free and you're okay with rinsing some things off, like if you get jackfruit packed in brine and rinse it off, you could do the same thing with this. So don't let that deter you. But it is nice to know that there's no oil involved. And I'll let you guys see the picture of this. And so what they've done is they've battered and fried it because it's supposed to be flaky like fish. And oh, it is in brine. Speaking of me saying if you do it in brine and not paying attention to the label. And they actually have a batter on the back of here. So chilled flour, and you could use gluten-free flour just the same. Celery salt, paprika, baking powder, pepper, garlic powder, chilled sparkling water, and it says oil for frying. But I'm wondering if we make half the amount of batter, dip it, and then either put it into some panko or gluten-free panko if you're me, or breadcrumbs, and air frying it if that wouldn't do the same thing. So maybe we'll try this in November and see how that goes for sure. Okay, one last honorable mention because I am drinking it right now, the Bengal Spice Celestial Seasonings tea. What I like about this is I know a lot of people, including myself, are lowering caffeine or drinking less caffeine. So right now I have like decaf Earl Grey tea, and I'm drinking decaf coffee, but I'm also trying to move into more herbals, because even in decaf there's a little bit of caffeine, and if it makes you jittery and anxious, now's not the time to have it. Like taking regular coffee off my agenda for the day this year has meant that instead of taking an hour to go to sleep every night, it takes about 10 minutes. So I'm not saying that will necessarily happen for you, but if you're finding yourself, I mean, it's a pandemic and the election. If that's not enough to stress you out, there are hurricanes and weather events, right? So if you're feeling anxious, try to go with a little bit less caffeine to no caffeine for a week or two and see what happens. So the Spinkle Spice is an herbal tea. It has cinnamon, roasted chicory, which kind of gives it a tea flavor. It gives it a darker, richer flavor than if I just made cinnamon tea or something like that. It's got roasted carob, which again also adds that bigger body, which makes it seem a little more satisfying. It's got natural spice, vanilla flavors. It's got ginger, cardamom, black pepper, cloves, and nutmeg. So it's pretty much like a chai. But instead of having black tea, it's using these other things. Oh, and Scott says their tension tamer tea is incredible, and it is. And isn't it 2 kinds of mint, if I remember correctly? And I can't remember. I'm thinking of one of the teas because I've drank a lot of Celestial Seasoning teas in my day. So when I make this, so I actually put double the tea bags in, and if you want to see, this is, I've told you about my frothing disc. So I actually froth some Califia Barista oat in there to go on top of it. And so it feels like a $5 Starbucks drink. But so I use double the amount, so 2 tea bags for my teapot instead of 1. And I let it steep at least 10 minutes to start off with, and I leave the tea bags in for this. Do not ever do that with black or green tea, or it will be undrinkable. But if you're doing that with an herbal tea, it's just going to infuse those flavors stronger. So when I go back for my second cup, it's actually going to be better than my first cup. Oh, Rob likes my potted eyeball plant. And what about little Frankie guy? This guy's kind of awesome. I think Cheryl got this either at Home Depot or Lowe's because I was having an anxious tsunami week last week. So she got this for me. It's awesome. Okay, so enough about that. I'm sure you want to see everything. I know. Oh, Rob, you must have missed the beginning of this. So in case anybody else is just coming in, these shirts are one of the things that I'm talking about today, and they are from Goods and Evil. So not good and evil, but goods as in goods that I sell. Is this not cute? Is this not cute? And again, I will brag on them because they sent me Halloween ruler Tracy things and a pencil. They might have thought I was giving this to a child. They are wrong. All right, so because I've never just talked to you and shown you things for that long, let's make something. How about that? Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. Let's make some milk. And that's what I do with smoothies and ice creamless milkshakes, and I will talk about how you can make this into either one. I'm going to put about a 1/4 cup of oats. could be 1/3 of a cup. And then I'm going to go grab some water and put in here. So the first thing we're doing is we're going to make our milk. So, and you could also use pre-made milk out of your fridge, but this is cheaper, and it's breakfast and there's oats in it. So I don't know what kind of crazy talk you're thinking of. I'm going to probably put about 1.5 cups of water in here to start off with. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put some pumpkin. I have some left over. And I'm probably going to go ahead and put about 1/4 cup of pumpkin too, which is about 4 tablespoons. If you're wondering where I'm getting my crazy measurements from. So we're going to really blend this until the oats are smooth and it looks like a milk. And you're going to get your best view from up front. Okay, we're going to blend it some more. I'm okay if it's not perfect. And let me let you see what that looks like right now. And even in the top, you can still see a couple of little pieces. Okay, I'll use this to whole Halloween spatula, people. That's why this is, it's the first of my Friday finds, but this is the Halloween Friday finds. And we got this in a set at Home Goods or TJ Maxx. Though they are running really low on Halloween merchandise because I had to go by to get something yesterday. And I'm just scraping this down just to make sure that we get more of this blended. I'm just a little bit funny about things being blended in, and I'm not straining this milk because when it's a smoothie, I don't really think we need to. It's my personal opinion. And Jackie said, I have some oat milk that I need to use up, so this is a great idea for today. So this is going to give us a little bit, let me see if I can, this guy's not loving, but it smells really good. I'm going to take a little taste of it. You can taste the spice, it's really good. You definitely can taste the cinnamon for sure and a little bit of, I have nutmeg in there. It just says spices, I suspect. I think I have a little back in my throat, a little bit of nutmeg. So let's start off with 2 tablespoons of this. And that's what a serving typically is. And it has 1.5 grams of fat because it's peanuts. It's going to have some natural fat. Again, it's not added fat at all. And I don't know what else you want to know. 7 grams of protein. So we could actually, I didn't even think about this till this second, which is so funny, be using this instead of protein powder if you use protein powder because it does have 7 grams of protein in there for those 2 tablespoons. We're going to see if that's enough. I don't want it to be overly peanutty, but I do want some of the spices to come out, and we'll see if I need to add some additional spices in there. Let's blend that, and then I'll decide if I'm going to put the yogurt in there. Because I'm making this up right now so you can see my process. We're starting this slow because that was a powder, and it can go poof, and then you have to scrape it off everywhere. And Rob was like, sweet, sorry I'm late. And I'm like, yeah, I gave you 10 whole minutes notice. How could you be late? Just kidding. You guys, I'm happy you're here. Ooh. That's kind of interesting. I think I am going to go ahead and add 2 more tablespoons. Because the nutty flavor is not overpowering it. And since I'm working with a couple of new to me smoothie ingredients, this will kind of help us out a little bit. Thank you. Yeah, I was just talking again, I'll come back to it over and over again, is that this is Goods and Evil, and they have a coupon code over on Boston Veg Fest, so you too can get t-shirts. It took like 3 or 4 days. That was it. Like that better. I'm tasting the spices a little bit more. Now, I'm still tasting a real heavy pumpkin taste, which can be sometimes less than pleasant if it is not sweetened at all. The peanut butter is very barely sweetened for this. Now, there may be another application. So let's taste this. This is the Siggy's vegan plant-based yogurt. They're calling it plant-based. Oh my God, I love their yogurt. So, first, look at that. That's why I love their yogurt. It is thick, a lot like Greek yogurt. More like Greek yogurt than some of the other look at that. It does have nuts in it. It does have oil in it. It doesn't have salt in it. It does have sugar in it. So it may or may not play into your dietary needs. I don't get them very often because sometimes they're as much as $2 for a container. And this is a small single serving container. But yeah, the cinnamon and vanilla in here is amazing, and it's also wonderful with fruit. That is my favorite way to eat it. When I do have it, I often eat it for dessert. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put that in there, as this is our special, day before Halloween smoothie. I am also, well, let me blend this before I do it. So I'm thinking I may end up needing a little bit of sweetener still, but there was sweetener in the yogurt. So let's see if that does it for me. Okay. That helps. I still think it needs maybe a tablespoon of maple syrup. This is going to be 2 servings. And I think that's going to pull it together and make me happier. So here's the thing. Let me let you see. It's a little bit thicker now. You could drink your smoothie like this. You could put some frozen bananas in, which I'm going to do. You could turn this into an ice creamless milkshake. I'm going to get this bit off the counter before I get it on my brand new shirt. Yeah, and I'll introduce everybody again. So, yeah, I would say this is PB2 pumpkin spice flavored. So it's one of the featured items on Friday Finds by Kathy. And it's pretty cool. And don't forget, if you're coming in late too, that Upton has a pre-shredded jackfruit and banana blossoms that are shelf stable. The banana blossoms are going to be kind of a game changer, because if you can't get to an Asian market, then this is the only one that I've seen out and about in the kind of Whole Foods market world. And then I was just saying Justin's dark peanut butter chocolate cups for Halloween, because they're delicious and they're on sale at Whole Foods. So what more do you want from me? And let's see what else. Okay, awesome. So what I could do now is I could put a little bit of xanthan gum in. The pumpkin might help hold it together some if I wanted to do an ice creamless milkshake. This would be what I would start with. I'd probably put 1/8 to 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum, or like a heaping couple of teaspoons of really ground chia seeds. Not the ones that say they're ground in the bag, but ones that you put through a spice grinder. And that will also hold it together, right? So see how much more ground that is? Okay. Or frozen bananas. Every vegan's smoothie backup. And so I have some frozen bananas here. So I'm going to put a few in there, and that will also hold things together. See how much I end up needing. This is going to be a yummy pre-Halloween breakfast, people. rest of those bananas. It's probably about 2 bananas. I was hoping that would work. And then I have one less bag to put back in. Rob's saying, what are banana blossoms used for? They are actually used as a vegan fish substitute. So we were talking about, on the back of this, they have a batter to dip it in. So usually you dip it in and make it like fried fish, because you know fish is flaky and the banana blossom is flaky too. So I'm going to try doing kind of a batter breadcrumby thing and air frying them. So that's going to be an upcoming live in November. Okay. Now we probably could go thicker, and you guys know I get a little crazy with how thick I like everything. I like the ice cream to be ice cream, but this is pretty good. Okay. Let me taste off camera, and then I'll taste on camera. Oh my God, that is so much better than I thought it was going to be. It's like fabulous. So if you hate bananas, try the ice creamless milkshake, because you do taste the banana, but the banana with that yogurt thickness and the pumpkin, along with the PB2, some of those spices from there, and the cinnamon from the yogurt, this is awesome. I mean, I would go out in the wild and pay smoothie money for this. So this, if we went out and got smoothies anywhere, even if you just went to just your local, like Smoothie King, you're going to pay $10 for this, and probably paid $2 for this. My pumpkin might be like 50 cents, maybe $1. Oats were probably 20 cents. This is probably a decent price. I'm not sure how much the 15-ounce pumpkin spice is, but I bet you can still get it on Amazon, and I would do it. Another thing I was thinking of doing is to actually reconstitute some of it, maybe add some extra spices and maybe a little maple syrup, and then make balls and dip them into chocolate to make little Reese's cups. So there's a bunch of stuff you could do with this. So I say, yay, it's a winner. And Ashley says she's late, but hello. I've got just a minute more, literally. I have a call at 10:30. So to wrap it up, Goods and Evil t-shirts. Get Kathy's seal of approval. Look at that. And they sent me some extra Halloween goodies along with it. Uptons. Check them out. If you eat gluten, they have all the good gluten-y stuff. If you don't eat gluten, they've got great jackfruit stuff. This one is a plain one. It's pre-shredded. They also have some that's in a barbecue sauce. This is their banana blossoms that are in brine. PB2 Pumpkin Spice Edition. Do I need to say anything else? It does have salt and sugar, but it does not have any added oil. So it could be used in a whole food plant-based diet. You have to decide, you know what you can have and can't, if you can do that. Siggy's vegan yogurt is my favorite. If you've been looking for something that's like Greek yogurt, super extra creamy, this is not a diet food. This is, it's 190 calories for this. It's got 11 grams of fat. It has extra fat and things like that. So I'm not trying to promote. In fact, these are probably similar. This may be less calories and healthier. I think it's about the same. So so just so you know, this is an amazing treat, and I usually treat it like a dessert, like I would a Justin peanut butter cup. If you allow yourself a little bit of sugar or chocolate sometimes, they have the little baby minis, and they're individually wrapped, which slows you down a little bit. And I think that's it. All of those people are tagged on Facebook, so you can find their Facebook pages, but leave me questions if you're looking for them, and I will come back after my call and give you links to their websites if you want. Yeah, Siggy's has, and it's awesome. So I do have to go and get on my call. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and stay tuned for next week, because I have a pile of stuff in the corner that I'm dying to show you. So there'll be more Friday finds probably till the end of the year. Okay? So I'll see you way before then.